somebody said that nobody has address in Nigeria. You lie. So if you have no address in Nigeria, wait, where do you actually register your cars? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you buy a car right now, does that mean that you don't have address? Your car is registered somewhere. Your driver license is registered somewhere. That plate number in your car is registered somewhere. Shebi? Hello there.
Good evening,
Good evening, Baba. How are you, man?
If you think you don't have address, I think they just need to buttress support. If anyone thinks they don't have an address in Nigeria, they should get into the hands of the law.
You get,
and they will,
and then you
they
go know,
know
so you get address.
they will even trace you to your father's compound,
Yes, sir.
as long as they know your name, and that's the truth. It's just that they are not using those information for the good things.
Here you get.
If
So I still believe that addresses, your properties are registered to an address.
Exactly.
So you have to put down an address. Here you get.
Maybe
you want to get a passport. You have to put down an address.
Maybe if you don't have a mobile footprint, or your family name or surname is not traceable, you did not attend a school in your life, then you can say you don't have any. If you misbehave in that country, anybody can be picked up. That's just the truth. It's just they're using it for the wrong things. I just quickly want to add to when you said the Kanuris fought the Fulanis, and that's the truth.
Yes, sir.
I think you need to dedicate a time to really talk on this issue of Fulani Kanuri fight. You see, the Kanuris were already under the Kanem Borno Empire, and they were more like subservient to the Turkish. So part of that war with the Fulanis, the Kanuris were using Turkish ammunition to fight the Fulanis. And that's why even till today, Kanuri man will tell you that the Fulanis did not teach them Islam, because they've been dealing the Kanuris under the Kanem Borno.
Now, like all this idea of Fulani, this and that, but Amo will tell ourselves the truth now. So many other parts of Nigeria, they have had these contacts with the Arabs. They have had Islam in some of these places, even before this Fulani. That's why they said that even Hausa have had Islam before them. That's why Danfodio said their ways of practicing Islam was wrong. That's why they had to kill them now.
So even with the Yorubas, we've already had contacts with Islam, because the Fulanis.
The Fulani who are now going to be the ones to be the what do you call it? They are now going to be the one to be the decider of how Islam should
then
be.
Another thing that's happening in northern Nigeria, another thing happening in northern Nigeria, and this high time people who have been marginalized in that space speaks out. In places like University of Maiduguri or University of Kano or any other university, the only university spared of this is University of Jos. If your name is not Abdullahi Mohammed, maybe Al-Kanuri or Al-Kano, there are some certain departments you will not be given admission.
Right.
Let them come out and say it. In fact, if you are a Christian in some northern northern universities, it's more like you are not guaranteed the first class, no matter how brilliant you are. I've had colleagues that have had scholarships to European countries, and when we speak, that's what they tell you. If you want to know the atrocities being meted on Christians or non-Muslims in northern Nigeria, ask the university students that
we should be digging into what you just said right
now.
You see, in the Middle Belt, right? The Middle Belters, that what is his name again? Amadou Bello, right?
Yes.
He treated them with so much disdain, right? The biggest part of that place is the biggest part of Nigeria. Sure, you get. And he treated them to the point that when it goes to when they were like this, the Northern House of Assembly, right? And people have to be represented in there, right? The entire Middle Belt part of Nigeria, he only by fight, he only gave them about 2 seats. Just two. And before he finally agreed, this is a man that singularly decided that, right? Because to him, they have been represented already by the Arewa, you know, like we have represented them. They don't need any representatives. Can you get me now?
Exactly.
And that is the exact way they also treated them when it comes to development. Long story. That's why if you see anybody from that middle belt part, which they called North Central, you are from Kogi. But then they treated them like piece of shit for real. Historically.
Yes.
And somebody will look up and say Sultan is their king. I was like, God damn it.
Under our context, you know. Then another thing is there's something happening in the north also. The same people bearing the same surname, as long as one is not a Muslim among them, they don't even see that person as a relative. This is from a colleague of mine who went to serve in Nasarawa State. For him, he stayed over in Nasarawa State, and he's saying family for them is religion. Family is not by blood. So let's say you are Badero Uncle Maegun and I'm Badero, let's say Toby. As long as Badero Uncle Maegun is a Muslim and Badero Pego is maybe Onikunuko.
So to you are not my family. That means so to me,
I'm not your family. Exactly.
Let's say I am Alaji Maegun.
Exactly.
And you are Deacon Tobiloba.
Exactly.
We are both Badero. So I should be more at home with Abdullahi Sokoto as my family than I should relate to you.
Exactly. So now what's now happening in some part of the north is the Christian pastors is give birth to more children so that we know that we are not practicing polygamy like the northern counterparts. We can have more children just to always balance the population. Have you seen what religion is causing in that space? But nobody's talking about these things. The northern Christians know that they don't have the the ability maybe to practice polygamy. So you now have a northern Christian woman who is ready to give birth to also 7 children or 8 children just to balance the population of that northern man into polygamy, who can marry 4 and maybe have 4 children from one wife. So the ladies who are Christian in that space are ready to give birth as much as possible to balance the equation. So
that's how they have been like a
religious divide
back and forth and
exactly. There is religious divide. There is what we call like social divide in terms of family relationship, and it's affecting even the economy. People, how they recruit people either to the universities, to the civil service, in
so they
every aspect of their life.
That kind of like a caste system.
Exactly. You know, and that's what you want to bring to Yorubaland, where maybe my uncle is a Gunuko man. In fact, where I come from, I have an uncle who is a Gunuko man. Another one is an Egun person. Another one is doing his normal Oro. My father is a Christian. My mother came from a background of people who practice voodoo religion. I'm from Lagos. So the question is, will you now bring this your own version of Islam, who is ready to cut off your father's head because you feel you are superior to, closer to God than every other person? My father's sister my father's sister is married to a Muslim. So why are you going? So should I now, because of that, not respect her as my aunt?
And then you are beginning to say that Muslims are oppressed in Yorubaland.
When my grandfather died, the Gunukos came, the Zangbetos came, the Oros did their own right. Everybody. So you want me to now say because my grandfather maybe is not a Muslim, or he's more of a religious syncretic person, I should now disrespect him because he does not believe in my own version of Christianity? So
it's going to be a tough one for them. If Bukwari couldn't do it,
that's just the truth. And it's high time they understand this. There is nobody in the Southwest. There is nobody in the Southwest who does not have a family from other faiths.
Yes.
No matter how
there's none.
RGCC you are, no matter how Catholic you are, no matter how Islam which you will have a direct family member who is not of your faith. So what are you going to do with them? Are you going to not respect them again because you see your uncle now, instead of greeting your uncle, you say, okay, it's
Just
not my
avoid
religion, then you just
Because he's
avoid
an
them,
infidel.
break family ties.
So the idea
Uncle
is already defeated. You just don't know how to push it, okay?
And I think it's high time they understand that that's how the Southwesterners. I think the people, our colleagues from the South and Southeast, have a more they don't really have this problem because they don't have a major Islamic population, so they don't really. But for us in the Southwest, we understand this, and
so way of
it's
life.
Something that we just need to
disrupt
be careful about,
they will have a lot of offset to contend with. And
so
do
they mean that if I thank you very much,
God bless
everyone,
you,
thank
brother.
you.
You have a very good one, okay? So it's very simple, okay? Religious crisis or religious division in Yorubaland, it's going to be a lose-lose game for them. If they are hiding under their Muslim tickets under to push this kind of agenda, well, they better actually send their best, not some charlatans or miscreants, okay, who are foaming in the mouth, right? Or gaslighting us. They would have to do more than that. Hello there. Yeah, Baba.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Fine, sir.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
Actually, I'm good. I'm calling from Nigeria. My name is Biggie Laundry. Biggie. I'm calling from Nigeria.
I'll keep to Biggie. How are you doing tonight, Biggie?
I'm good. I've been following you since the year 2020. I've been following you.
Bless you.
Honestly speaking, I've been following you.
Thank you.
So, quick one.
Yes,
Michael, I'm from the Omnede. Where that thing really happened?
God bless you. You are from Omnede, right?
You know our problem.
Please.
Yes. Actually, yes, they injured my brother from the hand. Yes, he got injured in hand.
You know
our problem.
Go on.
Yes. Our problem is that we are too want to be one Nigerianist. That is our problem. You understand? We don't want to accept the fact that we are partly Igbo. You understand? These people have been terrorizing us. When as at December here, when we want to do a burial, we want for farm. You understand?
Right.
To pick some firewood for the burial. They kidnapped one of my brother. One of my brother that came for the burial. We spent close to 1.something million naira to bail him. At the end, the burial. Yes. So the burial couldn't hold water because the money, the tension. So we hold the burial, but it couldn't hold water. You understand?
I'm with you.
So, Baba, yes, and you know our problem again.
What?
Most of our people, our kinsmen that are supposed to talk, are into cow business. You understand? So they're into cow business. So it's difficult for them now to take action because they're into cow business, and most of those Fulani people are the one helping them in managing those cows, and they're taking advantage of that.
Yeah. Do you know, Biggie? You know that is one of the reasons, right? Why the idea of stopping the cow movement in the South, right, became complicated. Because for example, there are some places, right, where you see all these cows, right? They are owned by the people, like they are owned by the politicians, traditional rulers, and some other individuals who went to northern Nigeria to hire Fulanis, because the idea of owning these cows, the better way to manage it is to have a Fulani. And they have no ranches, they have no place to keep them. So the Fulanis just moved them all about.
No.
But you know, the difference is that the difference we later found was that you see those ones, okay, they can be easily recognized than the ones who are carrying AK-47, because you see these ones don't really carry weapons. When you look at the local ones, they don't really carry weapons.
Yes, but the one that attacked my brothers in the farm carried weapon.
Yeah, that's the difference. But it took time. It took time for people to differentiate between them. But those ones who were destroying people's farms back then, right? They were most of the cows in the southern part of Nigeria, 80% of them are owned by the people in the south. Royal fathers, traditional rulers, politicians.
Exactly.
But go on. Continue with that, your story.
Exactly. So, so when we go for complaining, that they are killing us, so they are fighting us, so they are terrorizing our farms. So you understand? They will dive the matter.
Yep.
Even when they killed someone, they will dive the matter. Michael, it was terrible that day. Everybody ran for their life because the community that came to our town, because our town is where these Muslims they do, that's their kind of their headquarters. But the people the people those who community attack are not the real people. You know, they just conclude since they are outsiders, which means they are the ones doing all those things. Not knowing fully well that the real Fulani people that are doing it, they live in the bush. They don't come out. You understand? They don't come out. You understand? They don't come out.
Because you see those ones who are doing these kidnappings, right? They are mostly those ones who have and guess what? There is a belief that you see those ones who are even doing the kidnappings in the south. Most of them, it is believed though that they are invited by the ones who are already in the community, you know, helping these local cow owners to manage their cows. They are the ones who invite them over. Tell them about the entire area. You know what I mean now? All these information are out there. But unfortunately, those who are supposed to act on them, right? They are just not interested.
Yeah. Yes, because of their selfish interest, undermining their people. So, Michael, God bless you. God bless you in whatever you do. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Maegu. Do you know that my second name, what people used to call me, is Maegu?
Really?
You understand?
Why?
Maegu. I'm telling you, even at my workplace, Maegu, everywhere, even sometimes if I want to call my brother, if I want to call him now, so Maegu, then they will bust up. So sorry. That's to tell you how dedicated I am. Maegu, God bless you. God bless you everywhere. God bless you.
Stay safe, okay? And take it easy over there, man. All right. God bless you.
All right.
Yeah. So it is a pleasure, by the way, speaking to Biggie. I do have a lot of the members of the temple in Nigeria. I have to be honest, okay? So I have about 1 million listeners in a month. Every 28 days, I have between. This is just like the slow time, though, right? I have between 800,000 and 1 million listeners every month on this platform. And guess what? 27 to 28% of that are always from the US, from America. The next after that is 25% of my listeners, right? They are in Nigeria, meaning every month, averagely, I have between 250,000 and 400,000 listeners in Nigeria alone. Okay, so yes, I do know where some of us are, and I appreciate everyone's time. It's been a while. Here is another caller, though. Hello.
Hello there. My going
Baba, good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm not talking about speaking. I'm fine. You?
That's a talks. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Same to you, and happy birthday as well.
Thank you so much, Baba. I know. Thank you. Yeah, talks.
I don't really know. I don't have much to say, but addressing what every other person has said. When I first came on your program, I told you Nigeria is battling a serious religious war, and we have an identity crisis. I'm first a Yoruba man before I'm a Christian or Muslim or whatever. I'm first a Yoruba man. Even before all this Islam and Christianity came, we had cultures and traditions that we're using in our land that was making us prosper. The foreigners brought in all this religion, And it's literally dismantled our identity. We don't know what we're doing anymore. If you're a Muslim and you have a Muslim problem,
in causing religious crisis in Yorubaland, what is the motive?
I
Yorubas
don't
have Muslims, Christians, and others, and we don't even have any issue with that. But suddenly,